for this beautiful introduction. I'm not sure whether I will manage to meet the requirements that you put up for me, but I'll try my best. Today's meeting is about traveling, so I decided to tell you something about myself in the context of journeys, of traveling, and I will share with you my journeys. Firstly, I want to say that I'm from here. I was actually born in Poland. I lived most of my life here. Yeah. I grew up in here. I went to school. I remember I had this very negative attitude toward this city. Like we were joking with friends that this is like a village with trams, that this is the ugliest place in this country, that we want to like move away from here. And I did. I moved away from here. After high school, I went to live in Gdańsk. It's a very beautiful city. I lived there for like 1 year. Then I moved to Warsaw. I started studying medicine. In there, it's been now 3 years that I'm living in Warsaw. And today I'm here. Yeah, maybe I'll tell you something about Warsaw. It's also a great place to live. Tons of opportunities, like when it comes to social area, entertainment area, and also some career opportunities and others. Lots of things going on, for example, my university. But there's also, on the other hand, this whole environment of rat race, and that produces a lot of stress. The life pace is very fast, and yeah, there's a lot of people crammed in one place. And I came here for the summer to my hometown to just have a break from this. And now I realize that I really like this place, that in the past I was so negative towards it, but comparing to these two other cities, like it's really so cool place to live. And I also value, for example, meeting my old friends and keeping in touch with them. Also value keeping in touch with my family who's now living here. Yeah, and this whole journey with changing places of living was quite important for me. Another very crucial thing for me was this exchange of students that I took part in. I went to the Netherlands when I was in school. I spent 2 weeks at the house of a Dutch family. And I was a little bit anxious before going there because I was like this teenager from post-communist country. I was going to Western Europe. I think like maybe it's some kind of attitude towards me, like I didn't know how I would be welcome there. But it turned out that these people were so great, like so open-minded and friendly towards me. They just wanted to do everything so I could enjoy my stay as much as it's possible. And it was great, also some open-minded experience. It led me a lot. Another thing that happens, and it's connected to some journeys and trips, is something that took place in high school. I had these good friends that were like into partying friends and drinking and things like that. And we used to go to places like seaside or lakeside. And one of these journeys ended up with like a very big argument. Afterwards, that we like lost contact with each other. Maybe I won't go into details because that would take too much time. But what is important in here, that I realized that in high school I was just a person who didn't know what he enjoys at all, because during like these trips we was during the day lying on the beach and doing nothing, during night going to clubs and drinking. And I was just, after a while I realized I was just seeking approval in that I wanted to hang out with these cool people from high school. I wanted to be cool, but I think now it's not cool at all, that you have to find your own way, you have to find things that you like on your own. And yeah, and the last thing I want to talk about is the trip that I went, that I had recently. It was a trip to Berlin. I went there last month. And I really fell in love with that city, to be honest, because mostly of the people. There are such a mix of cultures in there, like a little bit like in here in Toastmasters. And everyone's so okay with that. It doesn't matter like where do you come from. Like it's just cool. And yeah, and Germans are so open. They are going in the streets and people are smiling to you, and you go to the shop, people are like curious about where you're coming from and very eager to help you. Yeah, and besides that, you know, Germany is just a great country. Everything like society is great. Everything works perfectly. Healthcare, like some, I don't know, communication in Berlin and some, just all of it. And yeah, I'm now just thinking seriously about moving to Germany. I started to learn German, and maybe I will do it in the future. And what's more, and I want to, indeed, just summarizing, I want to say the most important thing, that the journey, which is crucial for everyone, is that the journey that you, during which you go inside of yourself. Because like when I was in this whole place, it's always like ask myself questions, and I also, maybe I will ask you these questions, like, what do you really like? What do you want to do? And where do you want to do it for real? Because there are so many opportunities right now that it's a loss, it's a big loss if you don't ask these questions. Yeah, and you have to really find the things that you love for yourself, not the approval of others. Thank you.